Hi Athul.
Hello,
First
sir.
of all, congratulate you on your great success in UPC examination.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, how would you evaluate your journey from being a mechanical engineer from School of Engineering, COSAT, to the 13th position in the UPC examination?
It's been a long journey, and obviously the experience has changed me a lot. Not the same person when I came into civil service preparation after college, and now when I kind of have achieved this feat. Long journey full of learning experiences would describe it.
So, as everybody knows that the examination consists of 3 patterns: prelims, mains, and the interview. So, what is the strategy for the prelims examination?
Well, since this was my second attempt at the prelims, mostly I'd say test series was a big helping factor because on one side checking the amount of preparation that I've done in, along with that it also helped in a way that we tried and learned new tricks and tips of the game like elimination or making that guesses, taking those 50% chances, because in my first attempt it was mostly about whether I know it or don't know it. But for my second attempt I was ready to take the risk more and eliminate more options, guess into an answer, and that is what mainly preliminary is about. You have to take that risk, and I took that risk.
So, you have practiced a lot of examination, right?
Yes, sir. I've been taking the test series at iLearn. Well, it was spanning around 4 months, and we had our last 3 full tests along with the CSATs. So these have been very helpful, along with the discussions also, wherein the mentors kind of give you extra tips and tricks which we won't have known otherwise.
So that practice actually makes you much comfortable when you are actually writing the major examination.
Yes, sir, surely.
But when it comes to mains, the strategy would have actually changed, right? Or was it the same regarding the prelims itself?
No, there is obviously change of way to study because it's more thorough reading. But mains, I think the classes I have taken in iLearn kind of formed the base for it, from upon which we have worked on more. And I think that's where the reading room and the peer groups come more into play. We had our own group sitting in the reading room, having more discussions, having more topics in there. So collecting details, more of thorough reading, because most of the mains questions were opinion based rather than factual, wherein you need more ideas to think, and those ideas develop within when you're discussing more.
So that discussions with your peer groups, your friends are actually helping.
Yes.
So that is one thing which I noticed, especially with students from Kerala, because like that cooperation among the aspirants are much more in Kerala. Do you think so?
Yes, I think we have a more healthy competition between us. We are competing for the same exam, but it's not neck to neck, or we don't want to get against each other's throat. We are more helping each other, and I think that is the major plus we have.
When it comes to the mains, the actual matter or thing that actually matters is the writing. So that answer writing is something which many people find it difficult because they don't know what actually wants to be written, how to address a question and what to be written. So that many students actually dedicate enough marks for the exam. So how do you have actually tackled or made sure that you are writing the right content and made sure that you are getting enough marks?
For mains examination, I think 2 major criteria were the test series, the mains test series, and the current affairs side of it, because most of the questions had a current affairs touch. So again, mains test series, post prelims, about 3 months of grilling from iLearn, the way we have done every week a subject specific or a full test, along with my optional subject also a test. It has been around 26 plus tests, mains test series I have written. And finally, when we had a mock session which followed the pure timetable of UPSC mains that year, it was exhausting, but it was very much helpful.
So regarding your optional, it was geography, right?
Yes, sir.
So there are many students who have cleared geography, cleared with geography as their optional. So why did you select geography, and did it help you, or in which all ways that option helped you?
Choosing optional was a particularly tough decision for me because I had no particular interest initially. Was confused majorly between geography and public administration. So the reason I came into geography, one was when I had an initial contact with the subject, it was more of analytical or logical type, which seemed interesting. And second, the guidance available, because I came to know about Nikhil sir's classes. I joined in for a week, or actually I did join in for a week or two to try and know how the classes were. And that's where my journey with iLearn actually began, with geography optionals, I started doing other courses. So that was really the turnaround.
So that option has actually made you to sit more classes in iLearn.
Yes, sir, sure.
There is an emphasis in the current affairs these days, and many questions are actually related with the current affairs or things which you read in the newspaper. And covering the whole newspaper is a very pretty big, humongous task, which many aspirants find it difficult to attain. So, how do you actually approach that current affairs issue?
Well, questions are mostly turning dynamic than static, so current affairs play a major role, and well, we can't collect everything in current affairs. We have a limitation, and that's where I think the current affairs and news analysis classes that I did attend has helped me a lot, because the amount of topics covered in them, I don't think I would have ever covered them alone. We as a friends group, when we get that substance to work upon, we can work upon it further. Every week when we have a consolidated matter or news elements from the whole week, the important headings and policies and programs, and then we have discussions and debates on them, it not only helps for our mains exam, but indirectly is also a step of preparation towards interview, where we are developing our opinions.
So that Kana or current affairs has actually formed a foundation on which you could actually discuss with your friends, with the peer groups and all.
Yes, we have formed our own acronym for it, Kana, Current Affairs and News Analysis.
So, but finally, that examination, everybody or people who doesn't actually knows about examination, thinks about that interview is a very major challenge. So, how did you tackle that challenge, or how did you approach interview?
Well, interview is a challenge. We can't say interview is not a challenge. How did I tackle? Basically, mock interviews are helpful. They may not be giving the exact questions, but sitting in such an environment in front of a 5-member panel, a senior member panel, is surely a factor which kind of enhances confidence, because even if we make our mistakes in mock interview, we get a feedback which we can work upon. So there have been days in mock interviews where I have done good, but my reviews were bad, or vice versa. So having gone through this, when I actually went for my UPSC interview in New Delhi, the panel was headed by Sujata Mehta ma'am, and I could answer questions more confidently. I was more calm. One issue which was raised with me was that I was getting very nervous within the interview room. I could smile or be more calm within the interview room. So I achieved a lot using the mock interviews.
So, it is actually a process, it is not being alone. It is a process in which actually a lot of support comes through your friends, through your family, through the institute and all. And I hope if people follow that process, and the outcome would definitely be a better one, right?
Yes, I don't think that my success today, I would say it's all made by me. First and foremost, obviously my teachers and mentors do come in place, and let it be Nikhil sir or the team of iLearn or my other mentors at all. Like, everyone has a special place. They have all helped me develop. In fact, we have reached a stage where our relations are no more just teacher-student. We have become more personal bonds have been developed. And equally important is friends group, because each day is tiring and exhausting, and every day you can't give your 100% to studies. You need to relax, you need to de-stress, you need to decompress, and that's where friends come in. And again, as I said earlier, the debate discussion part, you can't find people for that, for discussing and debate. You want people who are in the streamline, who understand what you are preparing for and help you in that way. So peer group in civil service preparation is really helpful.
So let me once again congratulate you on the success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.